guys, what's up? My name is Lauren Danielle. If this is the first time you're seeing my face, welcome back to my channel. Today, if you couldn't tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about a very different type of video. I'm going to be talking about the pros of being a teen mom and dealing with teenage pregnancy. Now, this video is in collaboration with Michaela here on YouTube. I was so excited to have her reach out to me about 3 weeks ago. And since she's reached out to me, I have been watching a lot of her videos. And let me just say, her channel is so aesthetically pleasing, just like how it's set up and the style it is. So, of course, I'm going to leave her channel link down below. Go say hi to her for me. And if you're from Michaela's channel, hi, guys. Nice to meet you. My name is Lauren Danielle. I am 22 years old. Well, about to be, so we'll just count it to like less than a month. I have a 2.5-year-old little girl, and I have another little girl named Rowan on the way. My 2.5-year-old is named Blakelyn. And I have a husband named Mason. So, that is our family. I post a lot of lifestyle videos here on YouTube, motherhood. I talk a lot about my spiritual life here. And yeah, it's really just a community where we can grow and just grow and form friendships. So today, like I said, I'm going to be talking about the pros of teenage pregnancy. I just want to put up the biggest disclaimer ever. I in no way, I actually did a video on this before, so I'll go ahead and link that down below as well, about why I do not support teenage pregnancy, and I still 110% stand by that. Meaning, I personally know people who has purposely gotten pregnant or wanted to get pregnant at a young age or a teenager, and it's just stupid. It really is. I'm sorry. There's no nice way to put it. It's just a dumb decision. That's pink. That is pink.
I like pink. Yeah, you bought me pink.
Yeah. She just fell. Be careful. So, yeah, I in no way, shape, or form, sorry, I just got distracted my little person. I in no way, shape, or form support teenage pregnancy. I think it has a very weird stigma that falls under it. Like you're doomed and it's impossible. And if it does fall on your lap, but like it does most people, not purposely, on accident, which is the best accident I've ever made, and I know that goes for most teen moms out there or teen parents, that these are the pros of it. I don't want anybody to this happens to. A lot of people feel like abortion or even adoption, or just like they can't do it. It's getting thrown in their face a lot, how hard it is, how it ruined your life, how you can't do anything, and that's just completely not the case. So I have 6 little topics I would like to go into details about the pros of it. Now again, Michaela is doing the cons on her channel. So we got a pros and a cons of teenage pregnancy. The cons, go ahead and check out Michaela's channel. But if you want to see those pros, keep on watching. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is such a basic scenario that you hear everyone say. I can't tell you how many teenage parents or parents in general. That's another thing. I don't like the label as young parent or teenage parent. I feel like we might have different struggles, but being a parent at any age is hard. Let me just say that. There's going to be struggles when you're 30, and they're just different struggles, but they're always going to be there. And I've actually heard that as the older you get, the more harder the struggles get. So to each to their own. By the way, my little munchkin is going to be running around this video, so don't mind that. Come sit up here and you can have some.
I like that kind.
You like that kind.
I like pink.
Be careful.
I don't like that color either.
You don't like it?
I don't like that color.
Okay, you don't have to have it. So the first thing that I know everybody has heard, and it's just kind of a thing, is she saved me. Blakelyn keeps me doing things. This is Blake, guys, if y'all haven't been to my channel before. Keeps me doing things that I wouldn't be doing. She keeps me motivated. I feel like I'm constantly having to outdo my, no thank you. Hey kid, we keep you motivated. It's not just you. You're not just doing things for yourself anymore. You actually have a whole nother person, and in my case, I have a whole family. I have one on the way, and I have a husband. It just motivates me every day, makes me wake up with intentions to be a better version of what I was yesterday. So it's just that motivation level has just spiked from like below my feet literally to way up here. I'm so motivated. This is real life. I had to just stop the camera and like go distract her with something real quick. She was being really crazy. It is. She doesn't take naps anymore, so we got to distract with different toys while mama videos. But so that being said, I don't quite remember where I was at. I know I was on the first one, but I'm just gonna finish it off by saying she just keeps me motivated. She keeps me moving forward. I can't stay stagnant. I can't stay where I was yesterday. Every day is just kind of competing with yesterday and making it better than it was yesterday. And the next topic I have like this little like notepad right here I'm looking at. I'm doing things in my early 20s that most people don't even find out or don't even care to be doing in their 30s. I know if I wasn't or didn't have the responsibility of having my own family, I sure the heck wouldn't be worrying about my credit, so I can buy a house, so we can buy a house one day, just insurance, just like different things that you don't worry about in your 20s because, you know, everybody's trying to live it up and have fun. You only live once kind of thing. And I'm just having to make moves that'll better my future for my family and not just me now, because I am more responsible for a lot of other people than just myself. So I have to make decisions now that will benefit me in 3, 5, 10, 15 years from now. So just seeing the ripple effect and just making little decisions financially is really what I'm talking about here. Is really important for my future and my family's future. And also, like I said, I just would not be thinking about these kind of things if I wouldn't have been thinking about these things if I never got pregnant at 18. Let's just be honest. I would probably be an alcoholic because I was partying way too much, hanging with the wrong crowd of people. I would still be going out every day. Probably, yes, like every day. I'm not even joking. It would be insane. I can't even tell you how much she has just saved me. That's what I mean. I can't, and that's another thing. A lot of people my age, that's all they worry about. Just going out, partying, having fun with their friends, doing this and that. And that's fine in that moment if you're there in that stage of life. But that is not the most important thing in your life. Like all these people my age are posting them pictures of them going out to the club and like hashtag living my best life. And they don't even realize that that's not even remotely close to their best life. Their best life is coming home from a 6-hour shift at night, opening the door, and a little girl just running and wrapping her arms around you in an embrace, and you just feel that just warm love just coming off of her. That is love. Love is just waking up to a little girl tapping you in the nose and saying, Mommy, Mommy, I'm hungry. Like there's just so much just real, true, genuine joy and love coming off of that I could just never get out of doing anything, whether it's hanging out with this friend and going to this club and having this drink and doing that. It's just people my age just have this stigma that going out and partying is living your best life, when it's just, I can't wait till all these people in 5-10 years have their own family and they're like, dang. Because I know they're going to be thinking it in their head. That was not the life. This is the life. So I just got to do it a little bit earlier, and I'm glad I did. Like I said, I'm doing things that people my age probably won't figure out until they're 30. So the next thing is it really shows you who your real friends are, and this, some people could even see this as a con. Like I lost a lot of my friends. I actually have one friend that I don't even hang out with her all the time. It's just something she checks. She's also a mom, and she checks in on me every couple of days, and like we just see how each other are doing. Like last week, she was having a breakdown, and she was having one of those really hard moments in mom life. So it's really nice to have a mom friend that you can just kind of talk to about motherhood, because motherhood is not easy, but it is so rewarding. So it just shows you who your true friends are, and I see that as a pro, because it kind of just weeds people out of your life that weren't really going to do anything to benefit you in the first place. I mean, if they just stay and walked away so clearly because you got pregnant and you weren't in the same stage of life with them, then that just kind of shows you that they weren't really supposed to be there. So never force a friendship. It's really advice. Do not ever force a friendship. But I am so content with my little family and not having very many friends and having a very small circle, because I know everybody in my circle is very supportive, they're caring, and they will always be there for me no matter what. So the next thing I have is I'll never go throughout life with a friend. I was very lonely. I always searched for this perfect best friend, I guess you could say. I had many friends growing up. I didn't specifically ever attach myself to just one. I kind of was just friends with everybody. I hung out with a lot of different girls in high school, but I never really had that one specific BFF that everybody seemed to have my age, and now I do. Me and Blakely literally do everything together. We fight with each other. I wake up, we brush teeth together. It's literally having your own little person, but now that she's starting to get older, she's starting to be able to talk to me in a different kind of level. She's been able to talk for a year now, but just as she gets older, she's starting to mature and her words are starting to get wiser. So it's me and her have conversations, and she is definitely my best friend. I don't know why I went through life searching so much for a best friend when I just should have waited for her, because it is obviously that didn't make sense, but she is just the best little friend I've ever had, and I'm so eternally grateful for her. And I always tell her that even though I'm your mom, I'm her best friend. I still have to be strict with her, and I still can be that mean, you're mean mommy. But she's my best friend. I don't have to be her best friend, but she is my best friend. It used to be kind of a bigger thing in my life, and looking back on it now, I think it's because I had so much downtime on my hands, and I would just grapple in self-pity, which is complete demonic spirit. Don't even let it in your house. That's a different video for a different time. But I just used to deal with so much depression and self-pity, and I think it's because I had so much downtime to just think and devour these things in my mind. But now that I'm a mom, I have no downtime. This is my downtime right now. I'm spending it with you guys, and it just, I have nothing to be depressed. I think even if I did have downtime, there's nothing that I could think of to depress me. I am so much more happier just having my own family and just being a mom. That is the best title in the world. It is so hard, but it is so rewarding, and it just leaves me with so much joy and happiness that nothing else could give me this much joy and happiness. And I actually had somebody, this was a couple of months ago, it just came to my mind. Some girl actually posted on Twitter that she was trying to find herself, I guess you could say, after being a mom. She doesn't want to be just mom. And I replied back, and it just kind of fell on me that I am just labeled as just mom right now. I'm mom. That's it. That's all I label myself as right now, and that alone is crazy to me, and I'm so grateful to be labeled as just a mom. And I'm just so grateful to be giving this opportunity to be a mom and to do all the things I do and to deal with all the frustrations, because there's so many frustrations that come along with it. But it's such a beautiful thing. I can't even explain enough to y'all how much just hearing my child's voice that is so just can make your whole year, your whole lifetime. That little voice just saying, "I love you, Mom." So yeah, I mean, just the pure happiness that comes out of being a parent, and even though there's frustrations, even though there's hardships, even though there's some really, really tough days where I just kind of dragging on, it's so rewarding, and I couldn't even tell you and begin to explain to you the amount of happiness and just joy I feel that comes out of that. She makes me a better person and a role model. Like the other day, I was doing my makeup, and Blakelyn has this little dollhouse in the makeup room right now, and she was playing in it, and she comes and runs up to me, and she's like, "Mommy, do my makeup. I need to look pretty." So, Blake, I had to sit down, I had to wipe off my makeup, I had to go talk to her on the couch, that she doesn't need makeup to be pretty. And that's crazy that I had a 2.5, like my heart was shook in that moment. I'm sharing this with you guys because even though she's 2.5, and even though I thought she was playing with her dollhouse, she pays attention, and kids pay attention to every little thing, even when you think they're not. They pay attention to how you react to stuff. They pay attention to how you react to different people and talk to them and communicate to them. They pay attention to your emotions a lot. And just kind of what you do in everyday life. And just be careful when you're around them, or even when you shouldn't, because you should always be trying to. I mean, it's hard. If you're doing something when you're not around them, you're most likely going to slip up and do it when you're around them. But, so just be that person 24/7 and just be a role model for her. I ask myself a lot, and in fact all the time in decisions I make, would I like Blakelyn to do this if she was my age? Is this something my daughter would be proud of me? Is this something that would make my family look bad? Is this something that all these thoughts are constantly going in my head, especially when I'm making bigger decisions or even little decisions such as, I don't know. I can't think of any like offhand, but just any decisions I'm making in my life, my family and Blakelyn and Rowan is always in the back of my mind, according to like how I should react to this. Especially like we had a scene in the store. I know I'm like going off on different stories for y'all. And Mason was actually kind of getting frustrated with some guy in the grocery store, a worker, and Blakelyn was starting to notice it and pick it up. So I kind of like, I took her in the buggy away from Mason and let him like finish what he was talking about the worker to. Whenever he came back, she told Mason, she was like, "You beat me, Daddy." And I was like, So we actually had to take Blakelyn and Mason had to go apologize to this worker just so we showed, just to kind of prove a point to Blakelyn. And probably the guy was like, okay, like it wasn't really anything in the moment. It wasn't like some bad discussion. It was kind of confusing why we were apologizing, but we just really want to set a tone for our daughter. Like I said, just be a role model for your kids. And it makes me be such a better person. I am becoming such a better, just my character has developed so much since becoming a mom. And I mean, there's just so many pros. I could keep going on and on. But these were the top 6 that really came to my mind. And I just really want to I really can't stress to everybody enough that if anybody in your family, if you just found out you're pregnant, number one, I would love it if you would reach out to me. I would love to sit down and talk to you. But if anybody is telling you abortion, you're going to fail, you can't do this, they make your life miserable, that's just not the case. I don't care if you're 30, I don't care if you're 50 years old and you're becoming a parent, or you are a parent. Parenting is not easy. It's the hardest job I have ever had. I don't sleep. I am cranky majority of the times, but I just try not to let it show. but there's just such a more beautiful factor of it. And if you have the motivation and willpower to be the best parent you can be, I guarantee you can. It is not impossible. It might be harder because you're younger and there's more financial struggles, whether it's you living with your parents still, or like I'm dealing with like credit now. There's struggles, but there's struggles, like I said, when you're 30, when you're 50. Life throws cannonballs at you whatever age you are, but that is kind of our job and how we deal with it, and what we can just always deal with things in such a more positive way. But with that being said, guys, that is pretty much all I wanted to say on this video. Head over to Michaela's videos and see more of the cons of it. Thank you guys so much for watching my channel, and welcome to my channel. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. But I will see you guys very soon. Bye.